At the beginning of the story, we are in an old-age home with an old woman named Esun, who, instead of writing poetry on a paper, fills the entire paper with blue color. Then, she comes to the seashore and starts saying to herself, I didn't know that even at this age, the same word I used to say the most in my childhood would mean the most to me. Saying this, while looking towards the sea, she starts shouting, Mom! Mom! After this, we are shown a scene from 1960s Jeju Island when Esun was only 10 years old, and she is the female lead of this drama. Her mom is a dive hunter, and she works by collecting seashells from the sea. At the seaside, other women say, Forget your mom, look behind you. Gwansik's cheeks are turning red. Gwansik, who is the main lead of this drama, says awkwardly, My cheeks have turned red because of the sun. The same women, teasing them both, start saying, Poor Gwansik's heart must break when Esun responds to his love with anger. Coming home, Esun says to her mom, Mom, I came second in the poem competition, yet you only care about these seashells. You should read my poem at least once. Esun's mom says, Go and show all this to your grandmother. Actually, after Esun's dad's death, Esun's mom had remarried, from which she has 2 children, and Esun is her first husband's daughter. Her mom, getting angry at her, says, Go there and win their hearts because you have to make a place for yourself. After she leaves, Esun's stepdad looks at her poetry and says, So I'll just throw this out. If you read it, you will feel very bad. Esun's mom, snatching the poetry from him, says, Don't you even touch it, or I will break your hands. Saying this, Esun's mom starts reading the poetry. On the other side, we see Esun at her grandmother's house, where her grandmother, uncle, aunt, and their 2 children all live together. We see that Esun's uncle does not behave well with her. Then, Esun's mom brings a lot of fish and throws them down. Then she takes Esun home with her. On the way, mom asks her, Why do you like me so much? But Esun tells her, Because you are my mom. Just then, we are shown the scene where her mom gets emotional reading the poetry she wrote because she had written that poetry about her mother. She says, Since when did I become so lucky to have a daughter like this? Remembering all this, she tells her, When you grow up, earn a lot of money so I don't have to do this work and can spend all my time with you. She then says to Esun, Your mom is poor, for sure, but never think of yourself as poor. Never compromise. I will fulfill all your wishes. Hearing this, Esun tells her, Mom, you should never compromise either. When I grow up, I will bring you a pearl necklace. Then, we see a scene from a few years later. Esun's mom's lungs had been damaged due to the seawater, and she becomes very ill. But for her children, she still goes into the sea to get seashells. Therefore, Esun puts her mom's dive hunting clothes in the fire and leaves. Then, on the way, she meets Gwansik, who is writing on the ground, Esun is Gwansik's wife, and they will get married when they grow up. Esun gets angry at Gwansik. Then they both come near the sea, where Esun, crying, says to the sea, Leave my mother alone. She has always worked. I still have to give her a pearl necklace and make her sit in an airplane. Seeing her cry, Gwansik goes to her and, giving her a paper bag, says, There is chicken in this. Elders say that chicken is only given to your loved ones. Esun asks, Then why are you giving this to me? Tell me the truth, you pity me, don't you? Gwansik says, If I had to pity someone, I would pity a beggar. After this, they both sit there and start eating chicken. Esun tells Gwansik, You can bring me chicken or mutton, but I will never marry you. Gwansik also starts telling her, It's not like I want to marry you either. Hearing this, as soon as Esun places her hand on a nearby stone, Gwansik gets scared and steps back. In the next scene, Esun's mom wakes her up while she is sleeping and brings her outside. Then she feeds her with her own hands and tells her, After I die, you must leave this house. Otherwise, you will live in this house as a maid. Promise me you won't stay here. Hearing all this, Esun starts crying. In the next scene, we see that Esun's mom has died, and Esun is sitting in front of her mom's photo, crying. Just then, Gwansik brings food for her and says, You must be hungry from all the crying, so eat this. In the next scene, Esun's stepdad tells her, If you go to your uncle's house, they will make you a maid. If you listen to me, you should stay right here and take care of your siblings. Besides, they are your own blood. Esun tells him, Mom told me not to take on any responsibilities. Then Esun's stepdad says, Your mom's soul will wander if her children remain hungry. So, just stay here for only 2 months. Then Esun looks at the field and starts saying, Why don't you do something with this field? After this, we see that Esun starts working in that field with her stepdad, and eventually, cabbage grows in the field. Then, before we know it, Esun grows a little older, and one day she packs her things and decides to leave her stepfather's house. Her stepdad tries to stop her again, but Esun says, Other children focus on their studies while I am just stuck with household chores. I also want to come first in class. Esun's stepdad promises her, I will work, earn money, and pay your college fees. So, Esun agrees and stays there. Then we see Esun setting up her cabbage shop in the market right next to Gwansik's fish shop. There, Gwansik sells all her cabbage while Esun just sits and studies. Seeing them together, a friend of Esun's mom starts saying, Esun is so lucky. Then, time passes, and the year 1967 arrives. Gwansik turns 18, and Esun turns 17. One day, Gwansik's mom says to Esun, "Don't you have hands? You make Gwansik do all the work." Esun replies, "He does all the work of his own free will." Hearing this, a friend of Gwansik's mom says, if Gwansik's grandmother sees them together, she will kill them. Just then, Gwansik's grandmother comes and throws all of Esun's cabbage on the ground. Then, scolding Gwansik's mom, she says, "How many times have I told you not to let them sit together? Girls carry their mother's shadow. This girl also has her mother's shadow on her." Hearing this, Esun screams loudly, "Don't bring my mother into this. I don't like your grandson at all. He is the one who keeps following me." Then we see that after the market closes, Gwansik puts shoes on Esun's feet with his own hands. Esun asks him, "Why is your grandmother always after me?" Then, as they are going home, we see that due to the cold, Esun has kept her hand in Gwansik's pocket. Gwansik's grandmother and mom also see them walking together. Gwansik's grandmother tells his mom, "You should give your son to this girl because you don't see any fault in her." Gwansik's mom tells her, "Gwansik is young right now. He'll hang out with her for a while and then leave her on his own." Meanwhile, Gwansik and Esun, while walking, reach the fields. Esun says, "If you didn't take pity on us, what would have happened to us?" Gwansik then says the same thing. "If I had to pity someone, I would pity a beggar." Esun says, "Then why are you roaming around with me?" Just then, Gwansik suddenly stops and kisses Esun and says, "Now do you understand why I follow you around?" Gwansik tells her, "I don't want to live with my grandmother. I want to live with you. And besides, if you have nothing in your heart for me, then why do you always walk around with your hand in my pocket? And why do your lips shine so much every day?" Esun says loudly, "I wear lipstick for you every day." Hearing this, Gwansik suddenly becomes quiet. Esun says, "I have been waiting for this day since I was only 14 years old." Then they both kiss each other. After this, the scene shifts to 1993, where we see Esun in her middle age. She is watching a reality show when her daughter, whose name is Guillaume, asks, "Mom, was Dad your first love?" Esun tells her, "I don't know." Just then, Esun's son, whose name is Ungang, says, "Shameless. Who asked their mom such questions?" Then Esun goes to the kitchen to cook for them and says to herself, "If I had known that the spring outside was the real spring of my life, I would have lived it to the fullest." In the past, Esun comes home and starts looking for her younger sister. As soon as she opens the wardrobe, she is shocked because Esun's stepfather and his new wife, whom he had just married, were there. After this, Esun overhears her stepdad and his new wife talking. The new wife says, "Tell me, why should I take care of your dead wife's daughter?" In the next scene, we see that Esun has come to her grandmother's house. Her grandmother asks, "Do you really want to go to college?" Hearing this, Esun's uncle gets even more furious and says, "Mom, don't tell me you are giving all your savings to her now." Then, her uncle says, "Your mom is no longer here, so there is no place in this world where you will be welcomed with open arms." After this, Esun goes to Gwansik, crying, and asks him, "How many rooms are there in your house?" Gwansik asks, "Why are you crying?" Hearing this, she tells him everything while crying and says, "I have no home now. You are the only one who cares about me." Saying this, she sits there and starts crying. Just then, Gwansik recites a poem to her, which goes something like this. "Silence has its own language. Love has its own identity. Love is not a habit, it is worship. True love is not fickle like the waves. A broken heart is not fickle like the waves. A heart that can be easily mended is not a heart at all. It is not capable of loving." He had memorized this entire poem because Esun had told him that she would never marry a boy who didn't even know poetry. Gwansik says, "I can't promise to give you everything, but I will always keep you happy." Esun, hitting him, says, "You could have at least given me false comfort." Gwansik, hugging her, says, "What can I do? I can't lie." After this, we see that Gwansik and Esun take their belongings from their homes and meet at a place where they both check all the jewelry carefully and put it in their bag. Esun tells Gwansik, "If we leave this place, we will never be able to come back. If you are scared, you can back out now." Gwansik tells her, "You know, in these 19 years, I have never been this happy." Saying this, he kisses her. In the next scene, we see them both on a ship where a man is asking for their IDs. Esun says, "We don't have them. Are you going to throw us in the water?" The man says, "Why are you two showing so much attitude? Who are you anyway?" Esun lies to him, "We are husband and wife. If we weren't minors, would we have gotten married?" She takes Gwansik and goes to another place. After this, they both go to a motel where they tell the motel owner, "Our wallets have been stolen and our IDs were in those wallets." Then, giving a ring to the motel owner, they say, "Keep this and rent us a room." Just then, the motel owner's wife comes there and tells them, "You two are newlyweds, aren't you? You've come here for your honeymoon, right?" Esun says yes, so the lady gives them a room key. Then, they both go into a room. Gwansik says, "I will work in a factory here, and you will complete your further studies." She says, "You know why I want to marry you? Because you are sincere, you will never break my heart. On the other side, the motel owner's wife gives Isun and Gwansik free food and drinks and says, the people of Busan have big hearts. Gwansik's mom leaves Jeju Island to find them. Here, in the motel, Isun wakes up in the morning and Gwansik comes from somewhere outside. They check their belongings, but they are not in the room. Gwansik and Isun go and tell the motel owner, could a customer be the thief? Have all the rooms been robbed? The motel owner says, stop acting and quickly give me the rent money. Just then, the owner's wife says, I didn't see any bags with you. You two came completely empty-handed. Meanwhile, Gwansik's mom files a missing person complaint for them at the Busan police station. On the other side, the motel owner says angrily, now let's call the police. Let your family come from Jeju. They will deal with you there. Gwansik says, how do you know we are from Jeju Island? We had boarding passes in our bags. Isun, crying, asks for their belongings back from both of them and says, that bag had the only photo of my mom. The owner's wife says, what proof do you have that we stole your belongings? It's better you leave from here now. If we get angry, we will sell both of you too. After this, they both have to leave from there reluctantly. At night, the motel owner's wife was preparing to rob another girl when Isun and Gwansik jump over a wall and come inside. Then they tell that girl, as soon as you fall asleep, these people will steal your belongings. So, whatever happens, don't turn off your room lights. The girl does the same. Seeing her room lights on, the owner and his wife also go to sleep. After both have fallen asleep, Isun and Gwansik plan to get their belongings. But when they can't find their belongings, they pick up their cash box and start to leave. While leaving, Isun's eyes suddenly fall on her hairpin, which the thieves' daughter was wearing. Isun stops to take out her hairpin, but just then, the child's eyes open, and she screams, waking up her parents. Then they both start running from there, but the owner's wife catches Isun. Gwansik throws the cash box on the ground and gives the motel owner a powerful punch. In the meantime, Isun also headbutts the lady. After this, we see both of them at the police station. There, a policeman was hitting both of them on the head with a file. Isun says, what are you, the commissioner? Have we committed any crime? We just ran away from home. We are not sitting here because we murdered someone or robbed someone. We are minors. The police should protect us. A reporter sitting there was also writing down their conversation. He says, these two turned out to be the Romeo and Juliet of Jeju Island. Just then, Gwansik's mom arrives and asks, where are my belongings? Where is my golden frog? In the next scene, we see Gwansik's mom at the same motel. She sets up camp there. The motel owner's wife asks her to leave, which leads to a fight between them. Just then, the police arrive and take the motel owner's wife away for theft. After this, Gwansik's mom comes out with all the belongings. Then Gwansik's mom takes both of them back with her. Coming home, Isun's uncle scolds her. You have ruined your own life. Isun's grandmother tells her uncle, what great things has your son done? Then Isun's uncle says, he is a boy. Isun's grandmother asks her, what about that boy? Will he support you? Isun's uncle was throwing Isun out of the house. Now go to that boy. Just then, Gwansik arrives and says, I wasn't expelled from school, so why was she? Isun's grandmother says, when a boy and a girl run away, it's the girl who gets disgraced. You both should have thought about that before running away. In the next scene, we see Gwansik alone coming to talk to Isun's uncle about marriage. Isun's uncle says, we will not bear the wedding expenses. Gwansik tells them, I will still keep her very happy. I promise she will never bother Isun. Just then, Isun comes from the storeroom and says, I will not marry you. What do you think, I can't get married elsewhere? You'll see, I will marry into a better and richer family than yours. In the next scene, we see Isun meeting a man named Sangil. Later, her aunt explains to her, what if he is older than you and has 2 children? He owns many boats. He will let you study further and might even give you money to publish your book. Isun says, perhaps it is my destiny to become a maid. In the next scene, we see Isun with Sangil visiting her family, and he has brought a gift with him. He removes his name from the gift. Isun says, why are you giving my family an old gift? To which Sangil says, what difference does it make? On the other side, Gwansik piles up a heap of fish in front of Isun's family and says, Isun will never sleep on an empty stomach. I will bring expensive fish for her. Why are you marrying her off to that 30-year-old man? I love her more than all of you, so why don't you give her hand in mine? Isun's uncle says, what can I do if she doesn't want to marry you? I told her. Just then, Gwansik goes to Isun, holds her hand, and starts to take her with him. She frees her hand and says, where will you take me? Where will you keep me? You don't even have your own house. Sangil also tries to stop him. Gwansik tells him to stay out of the matter and takes Isun with him. Stopping at a place, he puts a ring on her finger. Isun starts telling him, will doing all this run a household, or will we run away again and steal? She takes off the ring he put on her and throws it in the field, saying, my dreams will never come true. If I marry him, I will have respect in society. Until today, I have longed for small things. You have seen it yourself. If you stay here, I won't find peace even after marriage, so have pity on me. and let me be happy. The next morning, we see Aesoon searching for the ring she threw in the field, and upon not finding it, she sits there and cries a lot. The scene shifts to 1993, where Guillaume tells Aesoon, "Mom, why did you marry into this family?" Aesoon says, "I chose my own path." Then, in the past, we see Gwansik leaving the island. His coach tells him, "Your mother is sending you to the mainland. We will practice hard there, and you will see you will win a gold medal." Gwansik says, "You tell me, what will I do with such a fake gold medal? I don't want to win any medals." The coach says, "Then why are you going to the mainland?" Gwansik remembers what Aesoon had said to him, "You are standing in the way of my happiness." On the other side, we see Aesoon with Sangil at a boutique. There, she and Sangil have an argument over something. Aesoon tells him, "I am not marrying you for money." Sangil asks, "Then why are you marrying me?" To which Aesoon says, "Because I have no place to live." Just then, Aesoon remembers a past memory when a lady had asked Gwansik, "What will you become when you grow up?" Gwansik says, "I will become Aesoon's husband when I grow up." Remembering all this, Aesoon looks at the clock and then tells Sangil, "I was getting married because I had no place to live. And as they say, it's better to be a donkey's she-donkey than to die." Sangil says, "Do I look like a donkey to you?" Just then, Aesoon hears the sound of a ship. Hearing it, Aesoon runs swiftly towards the ship, crying. But by then, the ship had gone a little distance. Aesoon, crying, was screaming loudly, "Gwansik, don't leave me!" On the ship, Gwansik also hears her voice. He tells the captain to stop the ship, but he doesn't. Then Gwansik jumps into the sea and starts swimming towards Aesoon. Then, they both hug and cry a lot. Here we see Gwansik's sister making a strange face, the same face she was making in 1993. And here we find out that that girl is Aesoon's mom's sister-in-law, whose name is Yong. Here, Yong, drunk, tells Guillaume, "The real fun is in the Busan story. You know, these people were caught 2 days after they ran away from Busan, and just 8 months after their marriage, you came into this world." Just then, Gwansik comes and, kicking Yong, says, "That's enough. Now you go home." In the past, we see his daughter in Gwansik's lap, and Aesoon is clicking their photo. Then, holding Guillaume in her lap, she says, "What's the need for me to go to college now? My whole world is in this room." In the next scene, Gwansik, giving his birthday ring to the jewelry shop owner, says, "I want to give Aesoon a better ring in exchange for these." After this, we see that ring on Aesoon's finger. Here, Aesoon and Gwansik are looking at wedding dresses. Gwansik's mom suggests renting the clothes, but Gwansik tells Aesoon, "Take whatever you want." In the next scene, we see Aesoon at her mom's house, where she was packing her siblings' belongings because her stepdad and his family were shifting somewhere else. On the other side, Gwansik's grandmother and mom are told that Aesoon has taken Guillaume to the sea so she can also learn dive hunting. But a lady asks them, "Did you bring her after asking Aesoon?" Gwansik's grandmother also tells those people, "We just want her to become a dive hunter, so what's the problem for everyone?" A lady says, "Aesoon's mom didn't want her to learn dive hunting, so Aesoon also won't want her daughter to become a dive hunter." This irritates Gwansik's grandmother a lot, and she scolds those women and leaves from there. Meanwhile, Aesoon's stepmother, Minok, tells her, "After spending so many years in this house, I feel bad for you. You were not made for household chores, but you have a very big heart. Always keep your home with Gwansik. He is a very good person." After this, Aesoon says, "You just take good care of my siblings." Then, Aesoon comes to her house. Her stepmom has also given her a lot of things from the house, along with a bicycle. After this, Gwansik's mom and Aesoon check all the things. Among them was the yellow dress that Aesoon and Gwansik wore when they ran away. Seeing the dress, Gwansik's mom says, "Why did you bring this? Do you want to run away again?" Just then, Gwansik secretly picks up the dress and hides it behind him. Aesoon says, "Minuk gave this bicycle to Guillaume with great love." So, Gwansik's grandmother says, "Throw this bicycle away. Girls don't ride bicycles." Hearing this, Aesoon becomes quite sad. After this, she asks Guillaume, "Honey, did you go to play near the sea today?" Before Guillaume could say anything, Gwansik's grandmother takes Guillaume with her on the pretext of putting her to sleep. After this, Gwansik is cleaning all of Aesoon's books when Aesoon also comes into the room. Gwansik says, "You are tired, right? Tell me one thing, why don't you let me say anything?" To which Aesoon says, "If you speak on my behalf, they won't just hate me, they will kill me." Aesoon tells him, "If you want to speak, speak for your daughter. I want Guillaume to ride that bicycle. If she doesn't even learn to ride a bicycle, her whole life will be spent in the kitchen. I want Guillaume to be able to do whatever she wants. I want her to progress a lot. I want her not to set the dining table, but to overturn it. I want her to become that brave." Gwansik, getting emotional, says, "You overturned the table too. I will clean it with my own hands." Hearing this, Aesoon starts crying. The next morning, Aesoon wakes up before sunrise. Later, when everyone is having breakfast, Gwansik brings a new bicycle for Gyum and tells his mom, "This costs a full 2,001. Remember that before giving it to the junk dealer." Hearing his words, Aesoon becomes very happy. After this, the peas in Gyum's bowl run out, so she starts asking for more peas while the peas in Aesoon's bowl had already finished. Then, Gwansik turns from his table to sit facing her table and puts the peas from his bowl into Aesoon's and Gyum's bowls. Then he says, "From now on, I will sit at this table and eat." After this, when Gwansik is going to work, she waves goodbye to him with a smile from the kitchen. Gyum explains how her mom spent her entire youth smiling in that kitchen. The scene then shifts to 1994, where Aesoon has come to Seoul to meet Gyum. She is cleaning Gyum's house. At that time, Gyum is talking to her boyfriend on the call. He says, "You and your mom figure it out. Your mom likes domestic plants, not wild ones." After this, we are shown a scene when Gyum had come to meet her boyfriend Yongbom's mom. Yongbom's mom tells Gyum, "Your parents must be very happy that you are dating Yongbom." Gyum says, "Yes, they are happy." She then says, "I heard you just got a job recently." Gyum says, "Yes, my seniors praise me a lot and say that I am very good at my work and will get a promotion soon." Yongbom's mom starts saying, "You will continue to work in the future?" To which Gyum says yes. She then says, "Yongbom is my eldest and most capable son, so don't you think you should support him instead of working outside?" Gyum says, "I am sorry, but I am just as capable as Yongbom, and I am the eldest in my house. I want to take care of my parents with my own money, so I want to become a manager, then a supervisor, and also a CEO. And I don't think there's any shame in that." Gyum tells all these things to her boyfriend Yongbom on the phone and finally says, in anger, "I am not dying to marry you." After this, when she comes out of her room, Aesoon tells her, "Do you spend your entire salary on your shoes?" To which Gyum says, "Lack of money makes one greedy. We have seen poverty since childhood. I had to yearn for things, so now I don't stop myself and buy whatever I want." Aesoon tells her, "It's not like we didn't fulfill your desires to fulfill our own. We have always done more than what we could afford." Aesoon tells her, "Let me tell you something. There was happiness in my life. Spring came in my life too. I also gathered many happy moments. Don't live a life like mine, but at least don't call my life bad." In the past, Gwansik, while returning home, brings a lot of peas for Gyum. At home, Aesoon was working in the kitchen when Gwansik's grandmother comes there and tells her, "Come with me and give your blessings to Gyum." Aesoon goes near the room with them and sees that they have made full preparations to make Gyum a dive hunter. Seeing all this, Aesoon is quite shocked. She says, "This is my daughter, not some stray animal. Don't even think that she will ever become a dive hunter." She angrily grabs Gyum's hand and starts to take her away. Then Gwansik's mom starts to stop her. Aesoon tells them, "My mother said, don't become a dive hunter and don't become a maid. But I still became a maid, but my daughter will not be a slave to anyone." Saying this, she starts to leave from there. Then Gwansik's mom snatches Gyum from Aesoon and says, "Go wherever you want, but leave the daughter of this family here." Aesoon, snatching Gyum from them, says, "This is my daughter. If the family needs a diver, make your own daughter one." They both are speaking ill of Aesoon when Gwansik comes and hears their conversation. As soon as Gwansik's mom sees him, she lies to him. "She has been rude to me." She's saying that Gyum is only her daughter. Then Gwansik tells both of them, "Aesoon is married to me. She is my wife. After today, you both will not even be able to see her face because now I will not let her stay here." Saying this, he picks up Gyum in his arms, holds Aesoon's hand, and leaves the house forever. Then, in 1994, Aesoon wears Gyum's shoes and says, "Why don't you wear these shoes?" To which Gyum says, "They look better on you than on me. By the way, why didn't you marry a rich man?" To which Aesoon says, "If someone sent me back in time and asked me to marry a rich man, I would still marry your dad." Just then, Gwansik also arrives, who has brought a lot of peas for Gyum. Then in the past, we see Gwansik and Aesoon renting a small house to live in. When the landlord comes to their house, Gwansik says, "As soon as I get a job, I will pay your rent." Aesoon also says, "As soon as I am free, I will manage your shop." The landlord says, "Are you two pulling my leg, or do you not know? Someone came and paid 3 months of your rent." After this, we see that a few days pass like this. One day, Gwansik comes home from work with an injury on his hand. Aesoon, crying, asks him, "What on earth happened to your hand?" Then they both go to the doctor. Upon returning home, Aesoon's aunt tells her, "Sangul's family controls that side of the sea. Gwansik works for him." A few more days pass like this, and every day Gwansik comes home from work so tired that he falls asleep without eating. One day, Aesoon sees a bandage on his neck. Then she checks Gwansik's feet and hands and sees that he is injured everywhere. her. On the other hand, Sangil makes Gwansik work excessively and doesn't let him go home early. When Aesoon finds out about all this, she reaches his workplace. From a distance, she starts calling Sangil a son of a dog. Seeing her running like this, Gwansik remembers how many times Aesoon has run like this to save him and has even cursed people for his sake. Aesoon, in anger, tells Sangil, "My husband will not work here from today." Saying this, she starts to take Gwansik with her, but Sangil starts to say nasty things to both of them from behind. Then Aesoon runs back and, kicking Sangil, says, "Take this." A creature of the boot won't listen to words. After that, on the way, Gwansik tells Aesoon, "You are not a girl, but a very sharp whistle." Meanwhile, Aesoon is crying a lot, and they both hold each other's hands and go home. Similarly, in 1994, they are both walking together, holding each other's hands. In the next scene, Aesoon's aunt tells her, "Most of the boats on the sea belong to Sangil, so no one will give Gwansik a job." Just then, Gwansik comes and says he couldn't find any work. After that, the aunt tells him to go and look for work on the nearby hill. Then we see Gwansik doesn't find work, which makes him very worried. So, to comfort him, Aesoon says, "I will also go out in the morning to find something." In the next scene, Aesoon's grandma comes to her and, giving her a ring, says, "Sell this and buy a boat. Tell everyone else that you won the lottery. Your mom threatened me with you. Now she will find peace." Then we see the scene when Aesoon's mom had come to her grandmother. She goes to get a photo clicked with her before she dies. There, she says about Aesoon, "Whenever she is in trouble and comes to you, you must help her." The grandmother says, "Aesoon is my granddaughter. I will take care of her." In the present, hearing all this, Aesoon cries and says, "I will not let this money go to waste." The next day, she goes with Gwansik to buy a boat. Then everyone celebrates at one place. Gwansik's mom says, "My son has become a captain. I am so lucky." Aesoon says, "My grandmother bought this boat. That's why I am lucky." So the mom says, "All right, my daughter-in-law is very lucky." Then while dancing there, Aesoon starts having labor pains. Then Gwansik's mom and grandmother take her to the hospital. Then she has a healthy son. The next scene is shown a few years later. Gwansik has built his own house. He gives his landlord an octopus for helping them. The landlord congratulates him a lot. After this, we see them both moving into their new house. Aesoon thanks Gwansik, "I had no home, but you built a house for me, so I am very happy." In the next scene, we see all the villagers gathered for an election. Sangil says, "I will become the president of this village." Then some ladies there say, "You can become the president, but we will also give Aesoon a chance by voting for her." Then everyone agrees for her. In this way, Aesoon becomes the first female village minister of that village. In the next scene, Gwansik is painting his boat, and he asks Aesoon to write the children's names on the boat. Aesoon says, "I have heard that women should not go on boats." But Gwansik says, "I don't believe in these things." Then Gyum starts to take her mom towards the boat, so Aesoon takes a boat ride with her. Then, after writing the children's names on the boat, Gwansik asks, "Are you happy?" To which she says, "Yes, now we have our own boat, so I am very happy." Then they both kiss. The next scene is shown a little further ahead. It is raining outside, so Aesoon goes to close the window. Just then, Yang picks up the candy box kept on top and accidentally all the candies fall down. So Aesoon starts to pick up the candies. Just then a girl comes and says, "Come quickly, Yum is hurt." So Aesoon quickly starts to follow the girl. She tells her sons to stay in the house and calls her neighbor to take care of them. But the neighbor is sleeping while sitting, so she doesn't hear Aesoon's voice. Then, when she is bringing Gyum back, she sees this neighbor sleeping in her house. Aesoon asks her, "Auntie, where are my children?" To which she says, "I don't know." Hearing this, Aesoon runs home, but there is no one at home. Just then, some villagers bring Yang home, saying he was playing near the sea. Aesoon hugs him and asks about his younger brother, but Yang didn't know anything about him. Then Gwansik also finds out about his son being missing. He quickly starts coming home. Then Aesoon finds out that her son has drowned in the sea and died, so she holds his dead body and cries a lot. Just then, Gwansik also comes and starts crying. Then we see that many days pass like this. Their entire family is still in this grief. Gwansik's mom explains to Aesoon, "Who can fight with fate? But you have 2 other children who need you, so you have to pull yourself together for them." Aesoon talks to Yang, and he starts crying, "My brother drowned in the sea because of me. If I hadn't left him alone, this wouldn't have happened." On the other side, Gyum is with Gwansik. She says, "If I hadn't gone with the bicycle, Mom wouldn't have followed me, and my brother would be alive." Then Gwansik and Aesoon console both their children. Nothing happened because of them. Their brother's death was written like this. Then they both decide to move on from this grief for their children. After this, Aesoon and Gwansik start going to their respective work. When Aesoon goes to the kitchen to cook, she sees that the village people had brought and kept a lot of things there. The next scene is shown from 1975, in which we see that Aesoon's stepmother had paid the rent for Gwansik and Aesoon's house because she felt very guilty about the false promises her stepdad had made to her. so she wanted to do something for Aesun. In the next scene, we see Aesun and Gwansik in their middle age. They are both waiting for Gyum to come home from school because today, it was to be known whether Gyum would get admission to the university or not. Just then, Gyum comes and says, I got admission to the university. So they are both very happy for her. In the next scene, Aesun goes with Gwansik to Gyum's entrance ceremony, and there, Yong has also come with his mom. When he sees Gyum, he likes her at first sight. So he sees the camera in Gyum's dad's hand and says, give it to me. I will click photos with your family. In the next scene, we see Yong and Gyum together, and we find out that they are dating each other. But Yong had to go to the military, so Gyum breaks up with him before he leaves. In the next scene, the village women tell Aesun, we all want you to become the village president now because Sangil is not a good leader. The whole village will vote for you. But Aesun refuses them. On the other side, Sangil is feeding people mutton to win them over. He starts bad-mouthing Aesun there, so those people stop him. In the next scene, Aesun comes to Yong's school, and his teacher tells Aesun he is not good in studies and bets for money. Aesun feels very embarrassed hearing all this, so on the way home she scolds Yang a lot. You have embarrassed me. Your sister never had any complaints. So Yang gets angry and says, only Gyum is your daughter. I am nothing to you. In the next scene, Aesun and some other village women see Sangil with another woman, after which those women say, a person like you cannot be president now. Sangil explains a lot, but no one believes his words. In this way, Aesun becomes the president. So all the villagers celebrate this victory. Aesun drinks a little too much there, so Gwansik carries her home on his back. Gwansik says, now you are not in second position but in first position. So she says, it took me a whole 30 years to come from second to first position. The person I wanted to show all this to is no longer in this world. In the next scene, Gyum calls Aesun from Seoul, and her mom tells her, Gwansik has come to the city to meet you. Have you met him? Gyum says, no, I haven't met him. So the mom says, your dad saved a man from drowning, so the government sent them on a trip to Seoul. They also got tickets to the museum there. Gyum asks, where is that museum? To which she says, I don't know about that. Gyum says, how will I find them now? After this, Gyum sees her dad at the university bus stop, so she goes to him. Then Gwansik takes her to a restaurant, where Gyum says, I got a chance to go abroad, but I refuse because I know I can't go. Gwansik says, Gyum, you can go wherever you want to go. Your mom and dad will handle everything. Hearing this, Gyum gets emotional and starts crying. In the next scene, we see Yong is going back to the military base, and Gyum starts crying seeing him go. So Yong gets off the train and hugs her. He asks Gyum, can we start dating again? Gyum says yes. In the next scene, Aesun's teacher tells her, I want you to study abroad. If you have a financial problem, I can support you. But Gyum says, but I can't take help from you. The teacher says, you can pay me back later. Gyum thanks the teacher. Then she tells Aesun everything on a call. Aesun says, tell me, how much will it cost for you to go abroad? But Gyum doesn't tell her. Then at night, Aesun tells Gwansik that they are not able to fulfill their daughter's dreams. After this, we see Aesun and Gwansik sell their house to send Gyum abroad. After this, we see Gyum on an airplane. She is going to Japan for studies. She takes out a box given by her mom, which Aesun had packed very carefully. When Gyum opens it, there is a lot of money in it. Seeing this, Gyum starts crying and says, my mom gave up her dreams for my dreams, so now I will definitely fulfill my mom's dreams. In the next episode, we see Aesun and Gwansik move into a small rented apartment. Yang says, you'll see, Gyum will be of no use to us. Gwansik starts getting angry at him. Then Aesun looks at the condition of the apartment, which is very bad. After this, she works on its renovation with Gwansik. Gwansik says, the apartment feels quite suffocating because it's small. Aesun says, in whichever house I have lived before today, I have always been happy because your company is a source of happiness for me. Gwansik says, if you had married into a rich family, all your dreams would have come true. Aesun says, all the women in the village are jealous of me. No one has a husband who cares so much for his wife. In the next scene, Aesun starts selling her fish outside her mom's friend's shop. Then, Yang clicks photos of all of them, which are also sent to Gyum. She gets emotional seeing the photo and says, my mom has had to endure so much because of me. She decides, I will not let my mom's dreams shatter for my dreams. Then we see a scene from 1990 when Gyum comes back and rents her own room in a new place. In the next scene, Yang brings his girlfriend into the house. Aesun thinks it might be one of Yang's friends, so she brings juice to his room. Yang hides the girl. He tells his mom, leave me alone. Then Aesun calls Gwansik and asks him to come home. When Gwansik comes and looks in the room, he sees someone hiding in the closet. Looking closely, he is shocked because it is not a boy, but a girl. Then Yang says, this is my girlfriend. Gwansik starts getting angry at him. Yang says, your affair with mom started in childhood. We are still grown up. I have always been considered a zero, but this girl considers me a hero. Aesun tells the girl, you shouldn't have run away from home. Then the girl tells her her full name. Aesoon finds out she is Sangil's daughter. After this, Sangil comes with his wife and takes his daughter away. In the next scene, we see Jum doesn't get any job, so she starts working part-time selling tickets at a theater. One day, Yong comes to her and asks for a ticket to a ghost movie. Jum refuses. He then shows her coins in front of her, among which is a ring. Gum looks closely and sees it is Yong. She becomes happy. Then they watch a movie together. Then they kiss each other and put rings on each other. In the next scene, we see Yong and his girlfriend near the sea. They are both crying. The girlfriend asks Yong, "Why are you breaking up with me?" Yong says, "Don't fight with anyone. I won't come to save you." He starts to leave. The girl, stopping him, says, "Just because you fought for me a little, you started thinking of yourself as a hero." Yong says, "Wherever I go, one of your brother's friends is there. They all bully me. They have even threatened to kill me for being in a relationship with you." The girlfriend says, "Dad also threatened me that if I meet you, he will cut my hair and make me bald." Yong, smiling, says, "Then everyone will call you Baldy." The girlfriend says, "Let's run away from here." But Yong doesn't listen to her. In the next scene, Gum comes to Yong's house. Her mom is also there. Seeing the keys to Yong's house in Gum's hand, she asks, "Do you come here often?" Just then, Yong says, this is her first time here. Then, they all eat together. Gum praises the dish brought by Yong's mom. "You don't get something like this here." She says, "I ordered this from outside." Gum says, "I ate home-cooked food after a long time, so I am really enjoying it." Yong's mom says angrily, "Girls should control their eating habits." Hearing this, Gum gets a little embarrassed. Then she tells Gum, "This house is mine. I gave it to him to live in, but I cannot tolerate you in this house." Then Yong talks about their marriage, but his mom silences him. She says, "You bought this apartment for this girl. I trusted you a lot, but sadly you broke it." Then Gum starts to leave. Yong goes after her. Gum tells him, "My parents love me more than your mom loves you, and I am busy trying to please your mom who doesn't even like me." A little later, Yong goes to drop Gum home. She tells him, "Your mom doesn't want to share you, so we should end this here." In the next scene, we see Aesoon selling fish. She is working. Just then, her mom's friends ask her, "Why did you go to Yang's school? Did he come in last?" Another aunt says, "Or is it a cigarette matter?" Aesoon says, "He doesn't smoke. He just sells them in his school." The aunt says, "You are his mom, so you should ask him why he wants to collect so much money." Aesoon says, "He does wrong things, so I get angry at him." The aunt says, "You keep praising Gum in front of him, so he thinks you are not his mom." Aesoon says, "I am also human. I can also make mistakes." In the next scene, Aesoon calls Gum and tells her, "Don't stay out late at night, and don't get into trouble with boyfriends. Your brother has disappointed us, so we have high hopes for you." Gum says, "Why do you put all your hopes on me? Don't you have your own life?" Aesoon hangs up the phone, irritated. Just then, Gwansik comes and gives her a door lock, saying, "When you go to Gum's place, give this to her." Aesoon says angrily, "If she wants to install it, she will do it herself. Besides, she knows everything." After that, she sadly lies down. Gwansik asks her, "Why are you so upset?" But Aesoon falls asleep without telling him. Then, in a dream, she sees the day of her son's death when she was going to Gum's place. She stops and tells her son with a spoon, "I am going to get your sister. You stay at home." The next day, Aesoon goes to meet Gum. As soon as she opens the door, the place is filled with carbon monoxide, due to which Gum is lying unconscious. She quickly calls for help from outside and then calls an ambulance to take her to the hospital. She waits outside for her to regain consciousness as the doctors are checking her. Just then, Yong runs straight into the emergency ward. Aesoon also follows him and watches them from a distance. She sees Yong putting socks on Gum's feet. Seeing this reminds Aesoon of herself and Gwansik. There, Yong, crying, tells Gum, "You are so stubborn. Let's get married. After that, I will take good care of you." Gum refuses him. He says, "Then why are you wearing that ring? You are mine now." Aesoon remembers Gwansik's words. When he put the ring on her, he had said the same thing, that "you are mine now." Aesoon thinks, Gum has found a boy just like her dad. Gum tells Yong, "Don't stress me out. The doctor has forbidden me from taking stress." Yong says, "You are not going to live in that rented room anymore because I don't like it. If something had happened to you, I wouldn't have lived either." Gum, wiping his tears, says, "You are a military officer, yet you have such a small heart." He says, "You have to marry me, not my mom. I will always protect you. Besides, my mom is a bit strict, but she has a good heart." Gum says, "If she had a good heart, she wouldn't have said so many things to me." Just then, Aesoon comes to Gum and tells Yong, "What fault does your mom find in Gum?" And then angrily says, "I don't like you either." The next scene is shown from 1994 when Gum is going to celebrate Christmas with Yong. Yong had recorded songs for Gum. He gives her the cassette, and Gyum becomes happy. In the next scene, we see Aesun and Gwansik have come to meet Young's parents and are waiting for them at a restaurant. Gwansik says, "We have come from the village, and they haven't arrived yet, even though they live in Seoul." Then Aesun, seeing Gyum worried, says, "Why are you so nervous? You always give me courage, and today you yourself are worried." Just then, Young arrives with his parents. Then they all sit and talk while eating. Gwansik says, "We want to have Gum's wedding on Jeju Island." But Young's mom says, "No, the wedding will be in Seoul. I know you have some rituals, but if you want to marry your daughter into our family, the ritual should be of our family." Gwansik says, "All right, we will have the wedding in Seoul." There, Young's mom talks about Gyum, saying she doesn't know any household chores at all. Aesun says, "She is our girl, so we didn't teach her all this, and besides, she doesn't have time after her job." Young's mom says, "Gyum doesn't know how to work because your mom never let you do anything." Now, these words do not sit well with Aesun and Gwansik. After eating, when Aesun and Gwansik are about to leave, Gyum and Young come to see them off. Sitting in the car, Gwansik waves them goodbye, but Aesun doesn't look back. Seeing this, Gyum tells Young, "My mom must be crying because your mom's words hurt her." After this, Young and Gyum are taking Young's parents home. Even then, Young's mom says bad things about Gyum, so Young quiets her down, and his mom scolds him. Gyum says, "My parents have raised me with a lot of love, so you should stop being rude to me. My parents get hurt." Meanwhile, Aesun tells Gwansik, "Gyum was so quiet in front of Young's mom. I don't have a good feeling about this. You should have said right there that we will not go through with this wedding." Gwansik says, "I thought of saying it many times, but I didn't want to hurt my daughter, so I didn't." In the next scene, Aesun and Gyum are out shopping for the wedding with Young's mom. Leaving both of them at the shop, Aesun and Young's mom go to a cafe where Young's mom tells Aesun, "I don't want my son to marry your daughter. I love Young very much while I don't like Gyum at all. Even if they get married, my heart will never accept her." Aesun says, "Why don't you like my Gyum?" We see the scene outside where Young comes to Gyum and then starts to go to his mom in the cafe. After this, Aesun comes home with Gyum. Then Aesun tells Gyum, "I don't like Young for you at all." Gyum says, "Why? What's wrong with him?" She says, "He still doesn't have a job, he only lives on his parents' pocket money. There are many responsibilities after marriage." In the next scene, we see Young is leaving his mom's house and Gyum is packing for him. Just then, Young's mom comes and tells Gyum, "My son is leaving this house because of you." But Young says, "I already told you, this is my own decision." Young's mom tells Gyum, "You don't even have a house or money, so you'll live on the road with him. Do you just want to control Young?" Gyum says, "I never told him to leave your house." Young's mom says, "You are such a liar. I even told your mom that I don't want to marry my son to you, but she still wants to make you our daughter-in-law." Gyum, crying, says, "What did you say to my mom that day?" Young comes and quiets his mom, but his mom says, "I told them that we should stop this wedding, and you are an educated girl, so I am not being rude to you." Gyum says, "You have been rude every time. We were not quiet because of our poverty, but we were quiet so that Young wouldn't be embarrassed because of you. You have always hurt my parents, yet they behave well with you." Young's mom says, "The wedding cards have been distributed, but that doesn't mean I can't break off the wedding." Gyum says, "I don't want to marry your son anymore," and tells Young, "I can't marry you because doing so will break my parents." Then she starts to leave, and Young follows her. Gyum tells him, "If I marry you, your mom will hurt me a lot, so I am breaking up with you." After this, she sits in the car and cries a lot. Thus, a lot of time passes, and they remain separated from each other. One day, Gyum looks outside and sees Young waiting for her in his car in the cold while it is snowing outside. Gyum goes to him and says, "What are you doing here in this cold? Do you plan to die?" Young says, "Don't you love me?" She says, "I love you a lot, but I also love myself a lot. We can't be together. Your family will not accept me." He says, "I will end my relationship with my mom." Gyum says, "I don't want that. It will break your heart, and I will be sad too." Young is crying a lot, so Gyum wipes his tears and starts crying herself. Then she hugs him. Young tells her, "Whenever you need me, call me. You have no one else in Seoul besides me." Gyum agrees. Young says, "So now we will never meet each other again." Just then, Gyum thinks, "I have no one else in Seoul besides him. He used to be my love and my family. Breaking up with him feels like a piece of my heart is going away from me." The next scene is shown a few days later. Gyum's friend comes to meet her. Seeing the state of her fridge, she says, "You don't even have kimchi to eat. Your mom called me. Tell her that you're okay." Gyum says, "Everyone can see the outside situation, but no one understands our feelings from the inside. It hurts a lot after breaking a heart." Her friend says, "That's why I'm telling you to talk to your mom." Then Gyum calls her mom, and talking to her makes Aesun sad. Gwansik asks her, "What happened?" She says, "I feel very bad. She doesn't tell me anything." She used to share all her sorrows and feelings with me before, maybe because she has grown up. She was better in her childhood. Then we see a scene from the past where Jim tells Aesoon when she was little, I like that boy a lot, but don't tell anyone. Aesoon asks, why do you like him? She says, because he is the cutest boy in the village. Then she asks Aesoon, Mom, who do you like? Aesoon says, I like your dad. In the present, remembering this, Aesoon starts crying and says, I wish Gyum would come here to us. Gwansik says, she won't come here because she has office work to do. Just then, Aesoon hears Gyum's voice. Mom, I am very hungry. Seeing her, they both become happy. After this, Aesoon cooks good food for her daughter every day, and Gwansik also brings something for her from outside. They both do all this to make their daughter feel good. Gyum was also getting better with time. One day, Gwansik wakes Gyum up early in the morning to show her the sunrise. He tells her, watching the sunrise will make your heart feel good. Gyum asks them, you wake up so early every day, don't you feel like sleeping more? Gwansik says, if I wake up late, my children will wake up even later than me, so I wake up early. Then Gyum asks, aren't you scared in such a big sea? He says, when I see someone else alone in the sea, my fear goes away. When you find a partner, you don't feel scared. Your mom and I will always support you like this. Whenever you are sad, you come home. Gyum gets emotional, so her dad says, if you had gotten married there, you might have seen more suffering. Everything will be good now. She says, Dad, you always say that, but it doesn't happen. Gwansik says, my child, I can only pray for everything to be good. Nothing else. If you were born in a rich family, all your wishes would have been fulfilled, but I was in your destiny. Gyum says, in the next life, be my grandfather, then you won't have to bear my burden. He says, what burden? Whatever I can do for you, I am happy to do. Gyum says, if I get a chance to choose, I will choose to be your daughter. Gwansik starts to smile. Then the sunrise also happens, and after watching it, they are coming back. At the port, Sangul sees Gyum and says, what were you doing on the boat? She says, I went to see the sunrise with my dad. He says, do you still study? Gyum replies, no, now I work in a big company. After this, we see Sangul tells his daughter, you should also come with me to see the sunrise one day. But his daughter says, find someone else? I am busy. Sangul thinks Gwansik is very lucky that his children care for him so much. In the next scene, we see Gyum goes back to Seoul and starts her job. After she leaves, Gwansik and Aesoon see that Gyum had left milk cream for Gwansik and a notebook for Aesoon in which she could write poetry. They both become happy seeing these gifts. In the next scene, we see Aesoon with her grandmother. She has come for her birthday. Due to her age, she couldn't remember anything anymore. But when Aesoon comes and says, Grandma, I'm here, Aesoon's grandmother recognizes her. Everyone there is surprised. Then Aesoon feeds her grandmother snacks with her own hands. She asks her grandmother to come and live with them at their house, to which the grandmother says, I know your heart is very sad. Losing a son is a matter of great sorrow for a mother. Then, Aesoon puts her head in her grandmother's lap and starts crying. After she leaves, seeing the mat given by Aesoon, Aesoon's grandmother says, my photo brought me an expensive gift. Her son says, you also gave her a boat. But the grandmother says, when did I give her anything? After I die, my son will have many complaints against me. I can already hear voices. Then she and her son both start crying. After some time, we see Aesoon's grandmother also passes away. Aesoon, sitting at her grandmother's grave with Gwansik, says, everyone is leaving us one by one. I feel their absence a lot. I want both of us to leave this world together. In the next scene, we see Aesoon has cooked a lot of food because today Yang is coming back from military service. When he comes into the house, Aesoon sees that his girlfriend is also with him. Yang comes and says, Mom, Dad, you two are going to be grandparents. Hearing this, Gwansik starts getting angry at Yang. In the next scene, from 1997, we see Yang has a son whose birthday it is today. Here, Gwansik's mom tells Aesoon, you should not take responsibility for your grandson. Also tell Gyum that after she gets married, you will not raise her children. Now you two should live your own lives. Here, Aesoon asks her daughter-in-law, Yoonsuk, won't your brothers come from your home? Yoonsuk says, they said not to even show them our faces. Yang has brought a lot of towels for his son. Seeing this, Gwansik says, son, it's not right to waste money on things like this. He says, I will do everything for him. You guys never did anything for my birthday. Gwansik says, at that time, the situation was bad. Yang says, all the bad situations always came during my turn. Gwansik tells him, son, how will you raise your wife and son? You always depend on us. He says, I have many business ideas. Gwansik says, whoever does business with that Cholung will be ruined. I am telling you. Yang says, Dad, you have to take some risks. I don't want to live a life like yours, where you would order food for 3 people when there were 4. I want to order food for 6 people when there are 3. Hearing this, Gwansik becomes quiet, and Yang goes out from there. Just then, Aesoon comes from behind and, hitting his back, says, why did you talk to your dad like that? You hurt his feelings so much. He says, Gum's mom, go and console Jum's dad. Hearing this, Aesoon, hitting him, says, where did you get so much bitterness from? He says, the truth is always bitter. If parents show trust in their children, the children can even move mountains. You showed trust in your daughter, and she became successful. Just then, Yoon-suk comes with her son and tells Yang, hold him. My arms are hurting. Aesoon says, give him to me. You two go inside. After they both go inside, we see Sangul's wife, Yongrin, watching them all from a car. As soon as Aesoon looks towards her, Yongrin hides. Then, Aesoon gets into Yongrin's car with her grandson. Yongrin tells Aesoon, I never thought Yoon-suk would do this to me. Aesoon says, whatever happened, I am ashamed of it. My son is struggling right now, but he has a very good heart. Yongrin says, my daughter doesn't know how to do any work. If she doesn't learn, you can scold her. You can be strict with her. Aesoon says, I will not scold her, nor will I hurt her. I promise, whenever you feel like seeing your daughter and grandson, come over or call me. In the next scene, the 1997 Asian financial crisis is shown, due to which many people lost their jobs, including Jum. She goes to different companies for interviews every day. One day, when she was going for an interview, her eyes fall on the same theater where she used to do a part-time job. Seeing the theater, Jum goes to watch a movie. Coincidentally, Chong-sup also comes there, the one who got Jum the job at the theater, and sits a little distance away from Jum, but they don't see each other. After the movie ends, the theater owner tells Chong-sup, did you meet Jum? She also came here to watch a movie. Chong-sup runs outside and calls out for Gum in the crowd. Then he gets on a bus and sees Gum sleeping. When she wakes up, she sees Chong-sup sitting on the seat opposite her, looking at her, and he has placed his muffler under Gum's head. Chong-sup says, I was running after you from the theater. He asks, did you come to the theater alone? Gum says yes and asks, did you also come alone? Chong-sup, saying yes, says, I finally found you. Then they both go to a restaurant where Gum says, you look different. It seems you are no longer Picasso. Chong-sup says, I am still Picasso because now I teach at the Picasso Art Academy and earn good money. She says, it's a good thing we both came to the theater today. Chong-sup says, I used to go to the theater every day to find you. To be honest, I missed you a lot. Then they both order drinks, drink, and get drunk. In her drunken state, Gum asks, why are you looking at me like that? I'm feeling something. Chong-sup says, to be honest, I am also feeling something. Just then, a glass breaks in Jum's hand. Chong-sup, holding her hand, says, are you hurt? Then, holding her hand, he says, why is my heart beating so fast? It feels like I'm going to have a heart attack. Guillaume starts laughing loudly. After this, they start dating each other. Then, Guillaume takes Chong-sup to her dad's boat to feed him fish. In the next scene, everyone is sitting at the three aunties' shop. Gwan-sik, Guillaume, Yang, and Chong-sup are sitting at one table. Aesoon is watching them from a distance. Gwan-sik tells Chong-sup, did you come all this way just to eat fish? Guillaume says, why are you talking to him like that? Dad, the poor guy can't even speak. Gwan-sik says, you don't know how to talk, you don't know how to drive a boat, you don't know how to drink, so why should I give you my daughter's hand? Just looking at your face makes me angry. You came to persuade me, but you are not making any effort. Chong-sup says, look, sir, I am just trying to make you happy. Gwan-sik says, what effort? Just then, Gum goes outside, and Chong-sup also follows her. Gwan-sik stops him and says, where are you going after her? Even to the washroom. Chong-sup picks up Gum's coat and says, it's dark and cold outside. Saying this, he also goes outside. As soon as Gum comes out of the washroom, Chong-sup puts her coat on her. Jum says, what are you doing? At least try to butter them up a bit. Chong-sup says, I tried, but I can't be someone I'm not. She says, what do you think when I meet your mom? I don't butter her up? Listen to one thing. I am my dad's daughter. If he says no, I will not marry you. Then when they both go inside, Chong-sup, with a big smile, tells Gwan-sik, shall I peel these shrimps for you? Seeing him trying to impress like this, Aesoon laughs a lot, and the auntie says, see, he loves Guillaume so much, and his mom also likes Guillaume a lot. She further says, Chong-sup's mom won my heart with the first gift. Here, a scene from the day before is shown, where Aesoon is opening a gift sent by Chong-sup's mom, which had sweets and a card that read, I have gone to gang, where we have a tangerine tree. I made this sweet from it, with as much love as I have for your daughter Guillaume. I would be very happy if I could make your daughter my daughter. Reading this, Aesoon becomes very happy. When Gwan-sik comes into the room, Aesoon says, now let go of your daughter's hand, she has grown up. The scene shifts to 1998, where today is Guillaume's wedding day. Aesoon had worn her favorite pink dress. Everyone goes inside the church and Guillaume was clicking photos with her friend. Yang, sitting in his car, watches her from a distance and says, she looks so beautiful. Then he says, I shouldn't have come here, and leaves from there. In the next scene, Guillaume and Gwan-sik are standing outside the prayer hall. Guillaume says, I told you, when someone cries at a wedding, I get angry. You can't cry, or I will get upset. Gwansik says, Gyum, think again. If your heart doesn't agree, there is no compulsion. The scene shifts to 1971, where Gwansik gives Gyum a bite of food and says, if you don't like it, spit it out. Then in 1975, Gyum was going to school for the first time, and Gwansik tells Aesun, isn't she too young for school now? Can't we send her next year? Aesun says, are you going to keep her at home? She will get married. What will you do then? Gwansik tells Gyum, if you don't feel like being at school, come back home. I will be right here. In this way, Gwansik always stood up for Gyum. Remembering all this, Gyum cries a lot in the present. Then, they make their entrance, and Gwansik gives Gyum's hand into Chongsup's hand. In the next scene, everyone returns home at night when some men come and ask Yang, where is your friend Cholung? Next, we see that Yang's friend Cholung puts all the blame on him and runs away with all the business money, due to which he has to go to jail. Aesun tells Yang, did you think I was forbidding you from meeting Cholung for no reason? Gwansik also starts scolding him, in response to which Yang says, I worked with Cholung because I didn't want to be dependent on every single penny like you. You guys are just your daughter Gyum's parents. You never thought about me. Do you know why I am so determined to earn money? To prove myself better than Gyum, to rise in your eyes and to hear praise from your mouths. The scene shifts to 1979, where Yang, waking Aesun up, says, why aren't you guys celebrating my birthday? Then Gwansik's grandmother calls him over and says, son, your younger brother's death anniversary is 3 days after your birthday, so you have to understand your parents' pain and be a good son. In the present, Yang says, for you, number one was Gyum. Hearing this, Aesun cries a lot. Gwansik says, do you even have any idea what your mom has endured? And today, you are taunting your parents. He tells both of them, don't get me out of here. I will complete my full sentence and come out. Besides, I am very bad. On the other side, Yunsuk comes to ask Sangul for help. Sangul tells Yongren to throw her out. Yunsuk says, you tell me, what should I do? Should I let my husband and my son's dad stay in jail? Dad, Yang really didn't do anything. Sangul says, if he didn't do anything, he will come out on his own. Yunsuk says, do you know why I am jealous of my sister-in-law? Because her dad dotes on her. I will not get a dad like him in this life, or any other life. His daughter is dearer to him than his own life, and if you had your way, you would take my life. Hearing this, Sangil becomes quiet, and Yunsuk leaves from there. After she leaves, Yongren says, you should have given the money. It was only 70 million won. The relationships of those who love things become weak. After going up, not money, but prayers will work. Tonight, sit and think. Did you earn prayers or curses? In the next scene, Gwansik reluctantly sells his 20-year-old boat for Yang. Then he and Aesun get Yang out of jail. Yang asks, where did the bail money come from? Did you sell the house or the boat? Aesun says nothing. Yang understands that Gwansik sold the boat. He starts crying. Aesun, comforting him, says, if your dad sees you crying, he will also cry. He says, why did he sell the boat? Aesun says, he sold the boat because you are number one for us. You can hate me as much as you want, but don't hate your dad. If we were not his responsibility, he would have lived a comfortable life. So don't be angry with him. Yang says, now how will dad catch fish? And if he doesn't catch fish, what will you sell? Aesun says, don't you worry about us at all. You just think about yourself. In the next scene, Gwansik tells Aesun, do you feel like your life is hell? Aesun says, not at all. I am very happy. Suddenly, Gwansik, getting emotional, says, I don't know how many more tests life will take. You have to sit here because of me. I couldn't keep any of my promises to you. I have ruined your life. Then they both go home, where Gwansik says, it would have been better if you hadn't married me. Aesun says, I was an orphan girl, then I found you. If you weren't there, who would have put up with my tantrums? Gwansik becomes happy. In the next scene, Gwansik tells Yunsuk, you spent 20 years with your parents, and now with your in-laws. This is not an easy task. Yunsuk says, it's not like that. Living with you all is not difficult at all. The difficulty is in living with your son. Gwansik says, tell me, what did he do? Does he bother you? Yunsuk says, Dad, do you know why the rice cake seller doesn't come here anymore? Because now Yang does his job. He tried a lot, but no one gives him work because everyone thinks he is a thief. He sells rice cakes for 7 hours in this cold. It pains me a lot. Gwansik says, son, he is just trying to be responsible. At a time like this, you should encourage him. But Gwansik is very shocked to learn all this. In the present, Yang had gone somewhere, and everyone was worried. Aesun says, he went on a deep-water boat. Aesun and Gwansik run towards the port in fear. There they go to a boat, and Gwansik asks the ship owner to bring the ship back to the shore. But the owner says, do you know how expensive petrol is? Then Sangil comes and says, I will give you double the money in exchange for bringing the ship back. Hearing this, the ship owner brings the ship back and tells Gwansik, your son is a very delicate flower. He was vomiting the entire way. Gwansik, scolding Yang, says, Who told you that you get more fish in the deep sea? You wanted to get rich by risking your life? He says, I wanted to buy your boat back. Gwansik says, I don't need the boat, and now you will never go on a ship again. Yang says, do you know what everyone used to tell me when I sold rice cakes? Be your dad's support. Take care of him. Yang, crying, says, I understood that day that everyone was buying rice cakes from me because you and father-in-law had told them to. Then a scene is shown when Gwansik had gone to talk to Sangil. He gives money to Sangil and says, we will both distribute this money in the nearby buildings and tell those people to buy rice cakes from Yang. Sangil says, life is a circle. Your luck was good that you won the lottery. You were destined to have such a beautiful and devoted wife. I was jealous of you. In the present, Yang tells Gwansik, why don't you treat me like an adult? Gwansik says, you haven't grown up yet. Just then, Aesoon also comes crying and starts hitting and scolding Yang. Yang says, don't cry, it hurts my heart. Aesoon, crying, hugs him. In the next scene, Yang gets a job at a place where his boss says, people call you a thief who ran away with money. Do you know why I gave you a job? Because you are the son of a man who is like a hybrid horse. In a race, a hybrid horse is worth millions. And you know, the price of the foals of those horses is even more than the horses themselves, whether they participate in the race or not. People consider true and honest people as useless, but everyone respects your dad for his kindness and honesty. In the next scene, everyone was counting down for the year 2000, including Aesoon and Gwansik. Aesoon tells Gwansik, I can't believe we have been together for 50 years. In the next scene, Gwansik's mom tells Aesoon, you used to say you wanted to be a poet. So where has all that enthusiasm gone now? Aesoon says, if all educated children grew up to be poets, the country would be flooded with them. Gwansik's mom says, no one stopped you from writing poetry. Then Aesoon goes to her room, takes out a notebook, and starts writing poetry again. In the next scene, we see Gum at Aesoon's house. Gum tells her, I have resigned from my job because I want to start my own business. Just then, Yang also arrives, with his fingers injured. Seeing him, Aesoon starts scolding him and also scolds Gum. And what about you? You quit your job and are sitting idle. On top of that, when will you think about children? When you're past your prime. Gum says, first, I want to do something in my life. I want my children not to lack anything. I will buy them expensive shoes, clothes, send them to piano classes. Gwansik is quietly listening to everyone's conversation there. Then he goes to his room and hears Aesoon say, when will these troubles in our lives lessen? This remark hurts Gwansik so much that he decides to take a big step. He gives up his field and takes a loan on his house to buy a restaurant. In the next scene, they are all going to see that restaurant. Gwansik says, a golf course will be built here soon. Gwansik's mom says, at the age of 50, you have put your house at stake. Who does that at this age? Aesoon says, if not now, then never. To gain something, you have to take risks. I am with you. Even if this restaurant is haunted, I will not leave your side. On the other side, Aesoon tells Gwansik, I never thought you would think of such a big decision. Gwansik says, why did you support me in this decision? Aesoon says, when you said you wanted to buy a place like this after 30 years, your eyes had the same sparkle as they did that night when we ran away. Seeing the sparkle in your eyes, how could I refuse you? Gwansik asks. Did you like it, though? Gwansik's mom comes and says, you two are not newlyweds. Come inside and get to work. Many days pass, but not a single customer comes. The man from whom Gwansik had bought the restaurant had also run away somewhere. Yang is taunting Gwansik, what will we do now? We were sitting at home. What was the need to give up expensive land and buy this place? No golf course or hospital is going to be built here. You have been scammed. If you hadn't sold that field, Aesoon says, that land was ours, not yours. By what right are you shouting at your dad? Do you know why he took such a big decision? Because all of you are always talking about money. Money. When you went to jail, did you ask your dad before going? Gum comes and says, let's go home. We have got the money. In the next scene, Aesoon asks Gum, where did you arrange the money from? Gum says, I borrowed some, and I paid some from my savings into the loan. Aesoon says, why did you borrow money from someone? Gum says, why wouldn't I? I am the elder one, right? It's my responsibility. Besides, all hopes are on me, that's why I was born. Aesoon says, honey, what are you saying? Gum says, you never said anything, but I felt the pressure. From my part-time job until now, whenever I sent you 100,000 won, I sometimes thought, I wish I didn't have to send this money. Aesoon says, so why did you send it? We never asked you for money. Gum says, because I felt guilty. Aesoon says, speak softly, or your dad will hear. Gum says loudly, what was the need to spend money on me and send me abroad? Why did you crush me under the burden of expectations? You suffered yourself and also put the burden of expectations on me. Since you put the burden, I have to bear all the responsibility, right? Gwansik comes from the room and shouts Gyeom's name. Hearing Gwansik shout at her for the first time, Gyeom cries a lot. She feels as if she has no value in Gwansik's eyes. After she leaves, Aesoon's eyes fall on the fridge, where Gyeom's pregnancy ultrasound was stuck. Seeing it, Aesoon cries and says, what have I done? She didn't even take the food. In the next scene, Guillaume is admitted to the hospital. She is in labor. The nurse tells Chong-sup, "We can only save one, the baby or Guillaume." Chong-sup, without delay, asks to save Guillaume and calls Esun to come to the hospital. After a while, Guillaume gives birth to a baby girl. At first, she faints, but seeing Esun, she regains consciousness. When she was in labor, she didn't lose courage. Remembering this, Guillaume regains consciousness. Chong-sup says, "Our daughter is very lucky. Right after her birth, the financial crisis ended." Guillaume cries. So Chong-sup says, "Are you in pain? Should I call the doctor?" Guillaume, crying, says, "How did my mom endure everything? She was 18 years old when I came into this world. There were no painkillers, no injections then." Just then, Gwansik and Aesun also arrive, and Guillaume is happy to see them. Gwansik takes out baby clothes from the bag. Chong-sup says, "You have already brought clothes for such a tiny baby?" Aesun says, "Your dad has brought the most expensive clothes from the shop because he has only one dream to be the richest grandfather." Guillaume, getting emotional, says, "Why did you take my stupid words to heart?" In the next scene, Gwansik and Aesun are looking at the restaurant. Aesun asks, "Do you still want to run this restaurant? Do you think people will come here?" Gwansik says, "If people don't come, we will deliver food to them. Other people keep stale squid. We will keep fresh ones." Aesun says, "You know me, I will also give it my all." Guillaume and Yang distribute business cards in different colonies. On the other side, Guillaume goes to meet a man and says, "Sir, after meeting you, I will go to meet 2 more people. If you don't support me in this business, I will find another diamond from the coal mine and polish it to make it the best." The man takes Guillaume's business card and asks, "What is the story behind your company's name?" Guillaume, turning the card over, says, "This is my mom's motto. Whoever, wherever, whenever." The scene is shown from July 2002, where Sangul tells everyone that Cholung has been caught and the police have also found the stone. He tried to sell the stone and was caught while selling it online. Hearing this, everyone becomes happy. Another surprise comes. A big actress, Youngmi, comes to their restaurant, praises the food, and also shoots an ad. Youngmi keeps looking at Gwansik. When she sits in the car, her manager says, "Whatever you are hiding from me, you can tell me. I will not judge you. Is there something between you and that man that could cause problems later?" Youngmi says, "Yes, there is. Otherwise, why would I have come so far? When that scandal happened, I had boarded a boat to take my own life. This man saved my life. When the ambulance came, I wanted to hide my face in my unconscious state. When the whole world was unmasking my face, he covered my face. I even went to meet him because I couldn't forget him." The scene shifts to 1993, where Youngmi comes to meet Gwansik and says, "I got the Best Supporting Actress award. I played the wife of a fisherman. My life is going very well now. Can I do something for you in return for your favor?" Gwansik says, "There is no need for that. I just gave a little help." In the present, Gwansik tells Aesun, "I told you, didn't I? She was thanking me a few years ago too." Aesun says, "Yes. How can I forget?" Both start laughing. In the next scene, we see that Aesun and Gwansik's restaurant is doing very well. There was no shortage of customers, which made Aesun very happy. While going home from the restaurant, Aesun tells Gwansik, "I am in a very good mood today. Maybe it's the magic of money. We work from morning till late at night, but we don't feel tired. You know why? Because our money in the bank is increasing." Gwansik says, "You are happy now, right?" She says, "Not just happy, very happy." Both go home singing songs. In the next scene, Guillaume tells Chong-sup, "The money we saved for mom's piano, can we use it for mom and dad?" Chong-sup says, "Your parents are my parents too. What's the need to ask me?" Hearing this, Guillaume hugs him from behind. In the next scene, Guillaume takes Aesun and Gwansik to the hospital for a checkup. Aesun tells Guillaume, "Now that we have some money, your dad is learning to play the guitar. For the first time in his life, your dad has a hobby." Both are taken for tests. Gwansik, in a drugged state, was saying, "I can't come to make the circle. My son is alone at home." In his unconscious state, he was repeatedly calling his deceased son's name, which he never did when he was conscious. Aesun realizes that the accident had a deep impact on Gwansik. In the next scene, Gwansik goes to his son's grave a day before his birthday. After a while, Aesun also arrives and says, "You have been doing this for so many years, right? You came here today because you thought I would come tomorrow, but I knew you would come." Gwansik says, "Children always go to their parents' graves, but it is very painful for parents to come to their children's graves." A scene from the past is shown where Aesun used to go to her son's grave in every season. She also used to bring his favorite things. It is also revealed that not only Aesun, but Gwansik also used to sit behind a tree and watch Aesun secretly. In the present, Aesun tells Gwansik, "The day is not far when we will meet our son." Both cry. At night, Guillaume calls and asks them to come to the hospital again the next day. Upon reaching the hospital, Guillaume says, "The doctors want to do another checkup on Dad. There is nothing to be afraid of." When Gwansik is waiting for his turn, Guillaume explains to Aesun, "Whatever the doctor says, don't cry. Even if Dad has some illness, I will get him fully treated. Don't cry at all in front of Dad." The doctor says, "You have had rheumatoid arthritis for a long time. I don't know how you endured so much pain." Sometimes the symptoms of myeloma are mistaken for arthritis. Multiple myeloma is a type of blood cancer. This disease progresses in people who endure a lot of pain. Your kidney is completely damaged, and you didn't even know. Hearing this, Aesun and Gyum are shocked. Aesun asks, "What should we do now?" The doctor says, "If treatment is not started immediately, his chances of survival are very low. The decision is yours." Gyum, crying, thinks, "Dad had just started living, started learning the guitar, but fate played a joke again." Then Aesun and Gwansik start making rounds to the hospital for chemotherapy. Aesun says, "If you go, I will be left alone." Gwansik says, "Alone where? We have our children, don't we?" Aesun says, "They have their own families. An old mother becomes a burden for her children. Don't leave me." Gwansik says, "Crazy. I will not leave my beloved Aesun and go anywhere." Then Gyum admits Gwansik to the hospital. Gwansik says, "Why did you take a private room? Shift me to the general ward tomorrow." Gyum says, "I took this room not for you but for mom's comfort." Gwansik asks, "Does Chongsup take care of you now?" Gyum says, "Dad, he treats me like a queen." Gwansik says, "When I proposed to Aesun, I promised that I would pay her college fees, help her write her poems, but I realized I couldn't fulfill a single promise. Nowadays, she is writing. I feel good seeing her write. Your mom has a lot of talent. What couldn't she have done in her life? Promise me, you will take care of her. I am sorry. I am putting my responsibilities on you. I am leaving Aesun in your care." Gyum says angrily, "You are not going anywhere right now. I am still a child. Let me grow up, then you can go." Gwansik says, "Your coming into our lives was no less than a blessing. You were good at studies. You went to Seoul University. We are proud of you. We burdened you with expectations, and we regret that too. I have a big burden on my heart that I couldn't give your mom anything. That's why I can't sleep. I wish my life was longer so we could have spent more time together." He says, "My child, never let your mom feel like a burden. Never be angry with her. Always take care of her. She is more important to me than my own life." Gyum, crying, says, "Dad, how will I live without you? Forgive me. I took out all my anger on you." In the next scene, Gwansik comes home from the hospital because now he wanted to live in his house to see the sea. Yang brings an exercise machine and a chair for him. He cries while telling Gwansik, "Dad, you have become so thin. I wanted to take care of you. I wanted to buy a boat, a Mercedes for you." Gwansik says, "Son, I don't need that. You are a very good son." Yang says, "I always knew you loved me." A scene from the past is shown when Yang was crying to celebrate his birthday. Gwansik secretly takes him to a restaurant and says, "Yang, choose one thing, cutting a cake at home or eating at a restaurant." He says, "Robot and noodles on every birthday." Gwansik says, "I will give you both, but this will be our secret." Yang says, "Dad, I think you love me more than Gum." In the present, Yang, crying, says, "You secretly fulfilled all my wishes. I remember everything. Still, I taunted you." Gwansik goes to his mom, who is cooking for him on the balcony, and says, "Wash your hands and face, eat your food." As soon as Gwansik goes inside, his mom cries a lot. In the next scene, everyone watches Gyum on TV because she had become the CEO of an education technology company. Hearing her speech, everyone is happy. In her speech, Gyum takes Gwansik's name, which makes him happy because she wanted to give him only good memories before he left. In the next scene, Asun tells Gwansik, "Come quickly, I have to show you something." Gwansik asks, "What happened? Won't you tell me?" Asun says, "One of your 3 promises has been fulfilled." She shows her poetry book to everyone. Gwansik starts reading it alone, in which Asun had first written about Gwansik. Asun says, "I finally became a poet." Gwansik says, "If you hadn't married me, you would have become one long ago." Asun says, "Then my poetry wouldn't have had so much depth." Gwansik says, "I am very happy today." He lifts Asun on his back and starts dancing with joy. At night, they were both lying down. Asun says, "I wish we had one more year, so we could have lived every season to the fullest." Gwansik says, "In the next life, I will fulfill all my promises." Asun says, "I hope fate is so kind that I get you in every life." Gwansik says, "I have only given you troubles." Asun says, "You have given me a very good life." Gwansik says, "When I go, you won't cry. It pains me when you cry. I won't be able to go in peace. Bid me farewell with a smile." Asun, crying, says, "Pat my back." Gwansik starts patting her to sleep and remembers the old times. In the next scene, Gwansik's health deteriorates, and he is taken to the hospital. Asun, Yang, and Gyum are in a terrible state from crying. Asun looks at Gwansik through the glass and says in her mind, "Why did you take all the burdens on your shoulders? You got old so quickly." Gwansik replies in his mind, "But you are still the same today. They both talk for a while, and Gwansik, watching Isoon smile, closes his eyes forever. In the next scene, Gwansik's mom gives Gyum Gwansik's passbook and says, "Gwansik told me to give this to you." Gyum sees that he had not spent a single penny of the money she had sent for her parents. Seeing this, Gyum cries a lot. In the next scene, Yang, giving Songil a Mercedes, says, "Your dad always wanted you to have a Mercedes, for you to have all the happiness." Aesoon also starts looking old in a few days. She opens a drawer to put hair clips in her hair and sees that Gwansik had kept new clips for her. Seeing them, Aesoon says, "How will I live?" Aesoon tries to get a ball from the cupboard, but it wasn't there because Gwansik had already arranged it below so that Aesoon wouldn't have any problem. He had covered the window so that water wouldn't come inside. In 2025, Aesoon is not in an old age home, but in a hospital spending time with people of her age where everyone calls her Teacher Aesoon. Coming from the hospital, Aesoon looks towards the sea and says, "Mom, some are living for 90 years, some for 100 years. Why did you leave so early? Is your new life good?" Aesoon was wearing the same hair clip that Gwansik had given her in childhood. In the next scene, Gyum and her family come to meet Aesoon. Then it is shown that Gyum had sent Aesoon's story to the chief editor. On Chloe's table, there was a photo frame with a little girl who was the same one who had found Aesoon's ring in the mustard field, and when Aesoon was selling squid, she had come with her mom to buy squid. Perhaps this was the second birth of Aesoon's mom. Her face also resembled Aesoon's mom. Her mother must be proud of her. Aesoon reads her book, and Gyum tells her, "Should we have a party to celebrate your book being published? Or should you ask your daughter for something? Now your daughter earns a lot of money. I have also bought your old house." Aesoon says, "Now I have only one wish. I want to meet my busy daughter 100 times. Gyum says, "But I do meet you." Aesoon says, "You meet me 10 times a year. I want you to meet me 100 times. Gyum says, "Mom, come with me to Seoul. What's the need to go to the hospital every day?" Aesoon says, "I don't want to be a burden on anyone. I find happiness there. People call me Teacher Aesoon. It feels like I have fulfilled my mom's dream. First, I was a dive hunter's daughter. Then I became a studious girl. The happiest period was when I became a captain's wife, a village head, sold squid in the market, and now at the age of 70, I am a teacher and a poet. I am very happy. I have lived a happy life. Life is a game of sunshine and shadow. Sometimes spring comes, sometimes stones." Gyum asks, "Mom, are you happy though?" Aesoon says, "I am not just happy, I am very happy. From the age of 9 until now, you were the only one who brought spring into my life. If it weren't for you, this book wouldn't exist either." Then the scene goes to Aesoon and Gwansik's youth, where Aesoon tells Gwansik, "When I become a poet, I will buy expensive clothes. When I become rich, I will live in a big house, and I will also have a dog." Gwansik says, "I will drive a car, wear goggles, take you for a drive in the car, take you wherever you say, even to America." Aesoon says, "We will do whatever we want, we will live freely." They go on talking, and Gyum narrates, "To my parents who were always young at heart. They saw many ups and downs but never gave up. I am fortunate to have had such parents and to have had the opportunity to see such a love story." Here the drama ends.